Bonjour ma chérie. It's Monday 9 o'clock in the morning and I feel spoiled by starting the day and the week with you here talking about what we love to do the most. Please tell our viewers who you are, where you live and what you do.
Hello, hi, bonjour, good morning. I'm Eugénie Sophie and I'm a photographer and I'm French-Austrian and I live in Vienna at the moment. And in a couple of weeks I'm gonna live in Sofia and Vienna both, and I'm looking forward to working in both cities as a photographer.
So you'll be living in Sofia, Bulgaria,
Yes,
and Vienna,
exactly.
Austria.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So I will have different kind of projects, and since a child I'm used to live in different countries, cities. So it's not about jet set life. It's about living in another country, adapting to another country. I think when you live in another country, you learn a lot of yourself also, because it's not always easy. Like TV show, yes.
The most important thing is to be open, and
Exactly.
you are always open from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you are ready to take the challenge.
Exactly.
To, like you said, to discover yourself first of all, and then to discover the place. Coming to languages, so you speak French, you speak English and German.
Exactly.
Wow, amazing.
So I hope to learn also Bulgaria. I would start there because I think when you are then in the country and I will do intensive courses, so and then you can talk already with the people, you are more motivated to jump in the cold water, let's say it like this.
So please tell me, I'm curious, I've never asked you, where were you born and which was the first country outside of your birthplace that you lived in? The first country.
I was born in Vienna in 1985. As my father said, in a very, very, very cold day in February. And I think after 6 months we moved to Australia, and there my brother is born over there in Sydney. And as I said, we lived in several countries, and all this opened sea that you can have already as a child makes you every time curious. Yeah. And I think even if you're getting older, you have to keep this child soul to be curious. Yes. It's also like this in the photography, and that's why I love my photography world. It's get curious.
And I've noticed that you love to photograph people.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So they provide you this level of interest and curiosity spark.
Yes. This was, I studied photography at the
I wanted to ask you, yes, how did it start?
So it's with Aufnahmeprüfung, yeah, and I had 2 amazing years. I'm so thankful that I could do this school. I know there are a lot of self-taught photographers in our day, which I fully respect. I was thankful to study, to be in a class, to talk about several topics in photography or in arts or in optic.
Tell me, was the main teacher giving you the opportunity to explore this art, or was he strictly guiding you through all the rules?
Both. I would say both. I still have contact with one teacher, with a woman, where we talk together each month or every 2 months, and we try to see us once a year, and it's like a good friend of mine.
And now. She's still teaching?
She's still teaching. She's a photographer herself, and she lives in Munich at the moment. Yeah, and is also a teacher in Vienna. So yeah, it's about the school. I think we learn different palette of things to know in photography, I was looking along for myself. What do I prefer to photograph? Is it people? Is it events? Is it fashion? Was not really. I knew for me, it's I think a very interesting aspect and domain.
But it's not everything.
No, and I was missing something.
Yes.
Even though the fashion photography developed a lot since the last 10 years, in a good way, I mean.
Okay, fashion is one word, and like I mentioned in my previous episode, until now I didn't find the right term, the right synonym.
Fashion is so fast. It sounds so fast
and frivolous. Yes.
And I think a good dress, a beautiful good dress, and as a picture, a photo, I prefer to say, is timeless.
Yes, exactly, because many people connect fashion to trends.
Yes.
And we are not into trends. We are not into trends. Please tell us what was your career path? So you finished school, and then you had a time when you were looking for what you would like to pursue.
It took me a bit time to see, okay, what's going to be next.
Yes.
I studied before the Grafische. I studied international commerce.
So opposite to this creative
I did it first and then creative. And after that I went for internship in Munich for the Condé Nast, at Condé Nast exactly, for the Myself digital magazine. So you have the magazine and then you have the digital platform like Vogue.com and Myself.com was also. It was 3 months and then I had the chance to get a job as a content manager at the Red Bull Media House in Salzburg. So I moved from Munich to Salzburg, and there I was working 3 years there. And it was amazing years, and I learned so many things. As a content manager, you are in the back end, let's say it like this, where you learn how to manage all the images, technical, editor way. And I was not photographing myself. I was, like, let's say, more sorting out the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah. So many events the whole year. So you have to learn to be quick and to see what is efficient. Exactly. That's what we stand are. We artists, photographers, to give a new perspective, new hope. And what was very touching in this project is that the people were so happy and thankful that there was a project
happening.
Happening, exactly.
How would you describe your professional side? So in photography, you are a portrait photographer?
Yes, I am a portrait photographer. I think you are not a photographer from, let's say, through a night. A photographer you become after several years. You develop yourself. And I always say, when people get retired, they are retired. Yeah? But a photographer stays his whole life a photographer.
Yes. And in portraits, so you would photograph artists, so other artists, or weddings, portraits.
Look, every person, no matter who is this person, I see it as a person. So as I say, a protagonist. Mm-hmm. So this is what is very ritual as a photographer. Your day is always different. Yeah, every day is always different. Yes. And so sometimes it will be an artist, one day it will be a politician, another day it would be a couple.
So you are open to work in any situation?
But it stays portrait photography, storytelling. Yes. So yes, I know some of photographers prefer to only do weddings or couples.
Engagement. Yeah.
For me, it would be. It's good to have different ones, so you are happy to photograph a happy couple, and then you want to have stricter pictures and be more in this kind of politicians, business atmosphere. So
formal.
Exactly. So it's good to change a little bit. But if you have then your own style, the pictures have the same direction,
Yes.
even if it's different topics, because you stay in this portrait storytelling. Yeah. And I think the goal of a photographer is that when someone says, I saw these pictures and I knew that was you who did it. So
I feel the same about my work.
so
when people say, no, this is your
where
dress.
I think you are a full established photographer, and it's not happening in one day. I had the good thing in the pandemic, if I can say it like this,
Yes.
I had the time to listen to different platforms, interviews from other photographers, and this successful experienced photographers say it takes almost 10 years, even more, to be an established photographer.
Wow.
So if I'm saying this, it's for the new photographer, for the new generation, to not give up quickly,
Yes.
to stay strong and to continue.
And there is a place for everyone.
Exactly.
Yes. I would like to ask you now your thoughts about your project, or the project that you invited me to take part. How you started and what you would like to achieve with it, your message behind it.
I'm still thinking about the message because it's very fresh. We did this project
It's very
last week.
fresh, yes.
When I see a person, I see a person, no matter what skin color she has.
Age.
Exactly.
So you were asking me if I
Yes,
can recommend someone
exactly, and there is
expressive.
I would like to say another point, or also maybe before we speak in the detail about the project, is I realized when you're getting your own business in photography, for me, as a person and as a photographer, it's important to continue to have your own creative projects, and it's in your free time beside your photography jobs, but that's where you develop yourself, develop your soul, develop your style. Not every photographer needs it. I need it. I realized this in the last couple of months, that it's very important for me because it makes me fulfilled. Yes.
But also you would lead those that don't know you or your work. You would lead them in your direction. They will understand who you are, better who you are, or from all those art projects, because this is how I feel. It's not about a dress, but it's simply the message behind those art projects.
Exactly.
Because now, to be honest, it's an investment, and you never know what comes out of it in a materialistic way, but you feel so charged and so proud. And it's also the part that I love the most.
It's an investigation where you don't know where it's going.
Yes,
but,
yes. It's also risk. Yes, it's a little risk because, like I said, you invest,
but if you don't
time
risk
and money.
sometimes,
yes,
and you have
yes.
to take time for this. So as a photographer, you have to take a lot from your personal time to continue to develop yourself.
What's important is to team up with talented artists, so anyone creative, but to have the talent, motivation, and simply to feel open, to collaborate and to
find the people where you understand well, where you know you have the same, let's say, kind of art, how you treat the other people, this kindness. I mean, for me, it's very important.
No egos.
No egos. That it's a comfortable, nice atmosphere.
Yes, pleasing, relaxing.
Exactly. And this is what I feel totally with you and Vanessa. And when I met Vanessa, I knew okay, she's gonna fit perfectly in the project. I can imagine to work with you and her, and we will have a thoughtful, interesting time. My inspiration was, in a way, Sissi. Yes, Sissi, the
empress,
the l'impératrice, but the positive points.
Yes.
I mean, she was kind of a modern woman in her time.
Yes.
She was very stylish, selfish also, but this is not what I wanted to show in the
And
project.
also art love. She
Yes,
loving.
definitely.
Yes.
Also very sporty. So that's with horse riding,
Yes.
walking a lot.
Yes.
I was thinking I want to realize this project that it shows that it can be accessible to everyone now.
Yes.
And you can be, let's say, a modern woman, even if you are wearing classical dresses, timeless dresses, being elegant and modern in another way. And so to have all these kind of aspects, showing femininity,
Grace.
exactly, and also have without showing anything from this.
Uncovering too much.
Exactly,
Yes.
that you can be also a stunning woman.
Sensual.
Yeah, sensual. I was looking for I didn't want sexy woman, but I wanted a sensual woman.
Yes.
And this you can do it even if you are dressed up without showing too much skin. Yeah.
With some sleeves, like longer or shorter sleeves.
And what was amazing with your dresses is that we could adapt each dresses in the atmosphere. So the colors was really perfectly fitting, and I was very thankful for this.
It blended together, and the area where we are, it's like an open air museum outside. So inside is stunning, outside is stunning, but all in our times, 2021.
My favorite queen in Africa is La Reine de Saba. I don't know if you know the story about the La Reine de Saba who fell in love with the King Samuel, the Jewish King Samuel, and they fell in love. She gave birth to a son. I think it's Samuel. Yes, we should check after, but I think it's. And he was fully in love with the Queen and the Saba, and it was a beautiful woman, but also strong. And this was, I always had an admiration for this story. So I think I tried to. Vanessa remembers me a little bit this Reine de Saba, and I put her in the Viennese atmosphere. So it was a lot of mix, and this is how I grew up, mixing, but still being cosmopolitan, open-minded. It will be always the values I will love to transmit and to give, because it's only with differences that you will get stronger in our daily life.
We were so welcomed here in Hotel Sacher. It's very traditional, but so
traditional
warming.
but
Modern, warm. Vanessa felt so good here. She said it was the first time when she entered this hotel, and maybe to some people might seem a bit too, I don't know, like too opulent, but it's really warm, and she felt so good during the shoot. The terrace was amazing. We could see Vienna from above, this charming, beautiful city. So I look
she was
forward.
A queen. She was really.
She was a queen.
She is a queen, but she was a queen also.
Please tell me, Eugénie, how would you like to continue? How would you like to develop? You said you will also live part-time in Sofia in Bulgaria, which means that you are not far from Bucharest, from Romania, where I was born. And I would love to meet you there.
Of course.
I would love to visit you.
I did an internship in Bucharest.
Really? When?
In 2006. Just before they get in the European Union.
We did,
it was
an
exciting time. It was, you could see it's moving on, and yeah, it was. So I will be happy and delighted to go back one day to Bucharest and to see how the city is now.
If any of our viewers is from Romania, from Bucharest, and would like to get to know Eugénie, would like to book her, where I can find you? So you have a website, which
yes,
I will link in the description box.
I have a website. It's eugéniesophie.com, and feel free to write,
yes.
to ask me questions, or if person who are starting in photography, if you need some advices or encouragement, we say in French, feel free to write. I would be happy to.
And another point, what I would like to mention, we might do also in Romania an art project. I would love to go to Moldavia or Bukovina with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe on a road trip. And if you know any interesting location, it shouldn't be like Hotel Sacher, but as traditional, as authentic as possible, and authentic as possible. So traditional, authentic, charming, to have those values, of
I think it's important that we keep traditions to move on. But keep also traditions.
Yes, the spirit,
the values.
Yes.
Because that's how we continue to develop in our society.
So if anyone would like to get to know Eugénie's work, like I said, I will link her website in the description box below. She will be available for you. Of course, you have to write her in advance. She always has an agenda with her calendar, so she's pretty busy. always. And
thank you that you was part of the project, that you were believing in me. Because I was thinking, okay, you will think I'm.
No. Honestly, to be honest, because I don't do ball dresses, or I don't do many ball dresses.
No, that was out of the question for me.
And my fear was, I said, okay, maybe I would have one dress that would fit, but I'm not sure. And then slowly, when I looked in my atelier, I saw the headpieces, I saw the dresses, and I said, okay, we should do a fitting. I should show you what I have, to present you what I have, and I would be so happy if you like it. But I also thought that you might say no, that you might want the diamond tiara.
How can I say no? And thank you that I am here today with you, that you want to interview me. I feel very honored.
I think it's important to show the thought process behind any art project, and to simply understand more of our work, us as persons, as humans.
And again, such a project was not a big budget project.
It was the three of us. We should mention Vanessa's mother.
Yes,
Christiana. Thank you for doing Vanessa's hair. It was absolutely perfect. She did her own makeup. She came with the underground here, so no limousines, no taxi.
And you don't need expensive material to do beautiful projects. Be creative, get you inspired, have your mood boards, have an idea. It always happens differently during the photo shooting, even if you are prepared.
But do your research.
Yes, do your research. Let's say den roten Faden, the point where you say, okay, that's how I would like to go, and then you will see.
And if it's a fail, don't worry. You can do it again.
Happened so many times.
Yes. So
it's part of the process.
It's part of the process, and never be shy to say, okay, I think it was a fail. I'm not going to show the results because I'm not proud of them. It's absolutely fine. It's always a trial and error sometimes.
I think we struggled enough in our life to say, okay, it can happen.
Okay, so we'll leave you to watch our results. It will be a little making of video, and we will also insert the photos. And we kiss you. Bisous.
Bisous. Merci.
We'll see you soon. Kisses.
Ja, so schön. Komm noch ein bisschen mehr zur Mauer. Noch ein bisschen mehr. Ja. Das ist perfekt. Ja. Das ist so schön gerade. Noch ein kleines Stückchen mehr.